To eliminate waste, a friendlier company is simplifying the process of reuse. And we have the co-founders, Kayli and Jacquie, with us today. Thanks a lot for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. So, to reduce the amount of food takeout containers, you are partnering with restaurants and cafes to, offer reusable food containers. I would love to know more about, these containers and how does this entire process work?
Yeah, so we sell reusable containers to restaurants and food service businesses. We use a container that's manufactured in Ontario, and it's a
Okay.
plastic container that's been proven to be reusable up to 100 times. And so each container has a very unique QR code on the bottom that when people get it, they can scan it, and that'll
Okay.
associate that container with their account on our mobile application. And then from there, they can just return it to a collection bin, and we'll know that they returned it back, and we can issue their deposits through our app. So it's a very closed loop, simple system, similar to the beer store, in which
Okay.
there's a deposit that you pay right when you get it, and then you get it back once you return it.
Right, right. And so, how many restaurants and cafes have you partnered up till now? Are you restricted to a small locality for now?
Yeah, right now we're serving the Guelph and Kitchener Waterloo regions, and
Okay.
so we're working with 16 businesses right now.
So, I believe these containers can be reused by different restaurants and cafes. Like a container whose life would have started in one of the restaurants might, end up in other ones.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get it at any of our participating restaurants, and then you can
Okay.
return it to any of the other ones, or you can request pickup and we'll come pick it up for you.
Okay. Awesome. And why did you guys, choose to start with the food industry? Was there a particular reason there?
Yeah, when we first started like the ideation for a friendlier company, we looked at where the waste was that we saw in our everyday lives. So, what waste were we generating ourselves? And we realized a lot of it was food takeout containers or just food packaging from the grocery store. Even walking to school, we would see, coffee cups littering the ground, and food packaging was always what you would kind of commonly see. So that's what drove us to start. And we really wanted to tackle that problem that was so prominent in our own lives.
Okay, awesome. And what does your story look like? Are you guys have known each other for long, or did you just come together to start this off? What exactly does your personal story look like?
Yeah, so Kaylee and I actually went to school at the University of Waterloo, and we were both in chemical engineering. So we met on
Okay,
our very first day of school, and we just were instantly best friends. We were lab partners. We did lots of work together, and we actually did an exchange term together in Sweden, where we were
okay,
kind of motivated to live a more sustainable lifestyle. The culture there is so different, so we were just
right.
inspired, and we really wanted to do something that could make a difference, and so that kind of sparked all these ideas in us and this passion for the environment, and from there we just built a friendlier company, and we've been trying to do everything that we can to help the planet since.
Okay. And was Friendlier Company the first idea that came to your mind, and it just, you just went with that, or there were like brainstorming sessions that happened, and then this came out?
Yeah, we went through a bunch of different ideas. We started by just writing down ideas. Jackie was doing a term in the UK at the time, so we would FaceTime and talk about all the different things that we could be working on.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, we really wanted to do something that was present in our lives and solve a problem that we saw firsthand. So that's how we landed on the food packaging and a friendlier company. And we'd been inspired by some of the reuse systems that we'd seen abroad in Sweden and also that Jackie saw in the UK. It's more common there. And so we started to think about how we could bring those ideas to North America and make it work in Canada.
Awesome. That's really inspiring. I mean, like taking ideas from other countries, like which are working there and implementing here, pretty smart. I guess you really don't need to come up with a new idea every time. I think if you can execute an existing idea in a new territory, that's great. I guess you have been operating for a year now, I guess. So what what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced, especially from coming or stepping from then that ideation phase to the executing one? Was that the biggest challenge or something else?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, one of our biggest challenges was COVID because it happened right when we were graduating. So we were about to go full time on this, and we had a plan. We were initially targeting a different market. So we were initially targeting event venues and events. So
Okay.
we had some pilots planned for the summer, and we were all ready to go. And then when COVID hit, we realized that was not a good market to be in, and we weren't going to be able to test it out for a very long time. So we had to pivot, and we saw the huge increase in takeout containers and takeout. So we switched our reuse system to that instead. But yeah, I would say the biggest challenge was just being adaptable and knowing when to switch quickly and kind of put our efforts towards a new market and switch up the whole business because it was definitely necessary at the time. So I'm really glad that
Right.
we took the jump and made the change.
Yeah. But has COVID added that additional responsibility of hygiene for you guys? I guess so.
Well, for us, I mean, hygiene is always super important. Whether
Hmm.
there's a pandemic or not, we want to make sure our containers are 100% sanitized every time they go out. So I
Hmm.
think with COVID, there's a lot more visibility on it. But for us, the process is the same. We have to make sure every time it goes out.
Okay. Okay. And are you guys doing it in-house? Like every time a container uh, goes in the bin, for example, for reuse, so does it come to you and you clean it out?
Yeah, exactly. So we have a high temperature sanitation facility. So we use a commercial
Okay.
dishwasher to get it all sanitized up to standard. So yeah, we do all of the sanitation ourselves just so we can make sure that it will be clean for sure.
Okay. That's exciting. And lastly, so what lies ahead for you guys? Like, what are the plans in, say, let's say in next 6 to 8 months, and then uh, on a longer term, like 2 to 3 years. So what are your plans for that time frame?
Yeah, our main goal with the Friendlier Company is to divert as much waste as possible from landfills. And so we want to be in as many restaurants as we can, and we want to be serving as many people as we can. So in the next 6 to 8 months, we're going to try and be getting more restaurants and try to expand as much as we can around Ontario. And yeah.
Okay. And do you have any plans for new types of products as well, or is it like with this product you want to cater to more markets?
Yeah, we're definitely exploring other products as well. So we've tried to build our system in a way that we could apply it to other packaging items as well. So right now we're really focused on takeout containers and kind of perfecting that system, but we'll definitely be exploring other products that we could potentially apply our system to as well in the future to divert even more waste.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot for sharing all those insights. I'm really excited for you, and I'm eagerly waiting when you guys launch in the Toronto area. I would definitely be one of the first users here. This is I mean, this is
Awesome.
such a simple concept, and I'm sure you have executed it well. So yeah, waiting for you guys to launch here, and all the best for your future.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much.